Yeah, I called you a nigga, and I'll say it again. Nigga, 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 nigga. That's all they say on HBO. These are not my words. I am quoting Dr. Laura Schlesinger. However you pronounce that shit. Laura Schlesinger. Sounds like something you catch in your throat. But honestly, that's what Laura Schlesinger said. Doctor. Doctor. She has a title. Dr. Laura Schlesinger. A woman who has a radio show who reaches 9 million people daily. Black woman called her show. Black woman says she has a white husband whose friends are making jokes about her and family are making jokes about her, racist, making racist jokes about her. And she calls the white woman, Dr. Laura Schlesinger, on her little doctor show to ask her how to deal with it because that is her authority. And Dr. Laura Schlesinger basically told her that black people could say nigga all the time. So if you're a black woman and you married a white person, or you're a black person, you marry a white person, if white people joke around and say nigga, just roll with the punches. That's what basically Dr. Laura Schlesinger said to the sister who called her show about complaining about her white man's lack of stepping up for her when his friends and relatives make racist jokes about her. Now, it's funny to see that the woman who's married to a white man had the ill the mentality to even think that, okay, I'm gonna call a white woman and ask her her take on this and how I should deal with this, when the white woman never had to deal with no shit like that. So she asked the white woman how a black woman should deal with racism from her white husband's family and white husband's friends, instead of going with her gut and putting her foot down like she would do with a black man and say, oh, if your peoples do all this and give them the little neck wave and all that shit. No, she ain't gonna do that. She wants to, talk things out. She wants to work it out and, get counseling and all these things and figure out what I can do right to make my white husband's friends and relatives to respect me. So she calls Dr. Laura Schlesinger and ends up getting disrespected again. This woman, you could tell, was not prepared for this. Like, you know how the white girls, if you say something to a white girl who's really, really prissy, and she drops her mouth and her mouth is wide open, she's staring at you like, I don't believe you said that to me. You could basically hear her do this over the phone before she responded. I find it funny because the woman was stupid enough to call Dr. Laura Schlesinger. Dr. Laura Schlesinger. She should have called Wendy Williams. She'd have been better off calling Whoopi Goldberg or Wendy Williams. Some other sister on television who's been through something like that. Or maybe something that could be close to it. No, she calls Dr. Laura Schlesinger. Not by marriage. Her name is Schlesinger by birth. Schlesinger. Her name is Schlesinger. If you're a black person, you don't call a Schlesinger or Kozlowski or people, any of those type of names about a racist situation you're going through. That's just common sense tells a black person that no black person needs to be told this. For all the black people, I'm sorry for saying this like you guys are stupid, because we're not stupid. Most of us know this. It's just certain people are stupid, and they get stupid usually when they're, I'm not even gonna go on that note, but I think you all understand where I'm coming from. Like, think about it. Think about it. This woman is married to a white man, and then she gets called the N word, or basically had the N word yelled to her, and she wants to be flabbergasted. Like, what do you expect when your own husband is allowing his family and friends to get you? Like, it's funny. I find it amazing. I find it amazing. To all the sisters out there, if a white woman says some shit to you like that, if you revert to the stereotypical black woman thing that everybody's trying to say out there, if you get loud, if you get ignorant, if you curse her out, I applaud you. It's not being a stereotypical black woman, is being a person reacting to someone who's verbally attacking you. I feel sorry for the woman
who got disrespected to an extent, and only to an extent because she asked for it. She should have known better than to ask a white person, "Hey, white person, how should I deal with racism?" Listen. I'll play the white person. I already know what they're going to tell you. Get the fuck over it. It's 400 years ago. That's what they were going to say. So all you people who want to go to white people from now on, you have your answer from the white person, because I already know. We all know what they're going to say. Say, "Oh, let's talk about racism and slavery's 400 years ago, motherfucker. Get over it, niggers. Before I lynch you, I should lynch you, niggers. Slavery's 400 years ago." That's what's going on today. That's what's going on. And of course, this is not all white people. This is not all white people. Even some of the white people who say certain things like that, they don't mean it to be racist. They're saying it because they have pride in their race, which they should, and they're sticking up for their race, which they should. Albeit it's a little bit, misguided, their argument. I understand where they're coming from. Hell, if I was a white person and I never owned a slave and I grew up at Kensington and Allegheny, and a black person came to me talking about, "You did this to me," I'm gonna look at him like he crazy. Like, I ain't do shit to you. I live at K&A. Like, what the fuck could I do to you? I make less than you. It's like that. I don't know about many white folks, many black folks that don't live in cities, in multicultural societies, but for most people who live in multicultural cities or multicultural areas, we know that it don't matter what color you are, you got some dirty person of all colors. And somebody's going to piss you off of all colors. Like, asshole is an equal opportunity project. Being an asshole, that's an equal opportunity employer. The first equal opportunity employer. You got assholes of all sizes, shapes, and colors and genders. That's true. At certain times I can be an asshole. I'm being an asshole right now, jumping on a sister girl for being an asshole and asking a white person, "Hey, white person, how should I deal with slavery?" You idiot. You idiot. I feel bad for her, but just to an extent, because she asked for it. She asked for it. It's like it's like walking in the middle of a slapping contest. You see a group of people slapping each other, and you walk right through the crowd. If you get slapped, you don't blame the people slapping. You don't do it. You saw them slapping each other. You walk through it. You asked to get slapped. That's basically the same lines of reasoning this woman had to go through when she asked Dr. Laura Schlesinger how she should deal with her husband's friends and family's racism towards her. She's an idiot. Idiot. You don't have to act. If you're in a interracial relationship, I don't care if you're white, black, and this goes to white women too, because white women got to hear brothers say some bullshit about white folks, and white women take that shit in stride. I've seen it. My own two eyes on numerous occasions. If you're a black woman, if you're a white woman, and you're with a motherfucker who has issues with the other race, guess what? You're just a fucking pawn and a piece of interracial ass. And you need to stand up for yourself and get away from that idiot. If you want to get a person of the other race, make sure they respect you, and at least not talk up or allow their friends and relatives to talk about you and people of your race in front of you, because you're going to take that personal, because you do associate yourself with that race. So of course you're going to take it personal, because they're talking about you, because the only reason why they're talking about the race is because they see you. And that is disrespectful. That's not love. And that happens to white women and black women. It don't matter. This happens to white women and black women. So, that's just food for thought. But the main point of this conversation of this video is, don't ask white people about racism and how they feel about it. The majority of them are going to tell you to get the fuck over it. It's very rare you find a white person who's very real on slavery. And the white people that are real on slavery, guess what? Black people kind of love them. That's real with racism. When white people are real on racism, black people like to keep them close because they're too good to be true. You know what I mean? And I'm just keeping it funky. But it is what it is. Let's see what happens. 215, work hard. Get over it.